Again, you can picture your field technician wearing a headset connected to your applications running on whatever device that you're running. This is a generic kextil GUI. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the steps. This is a preventative maintenance procedure for a piece of medical equipment. So we'll interact with some of these during our quick demonstration. We'll also interact with a couple databases. This is a Siebel database, typical thing, pull down lists, places for part numbers, some readings that need to be taken as part of this procedure, time tracking, basic field service stuff. This horizontal bar on the top of the screen is our speech pane, which displays the results of the system and the actions that it takes. So again, I'm going to whip through some functionality on the modules that I mentioned very, very quickly. I'll quickly recap what we did to give you a little bit of flavor for how the application can work. This is only one way the application can work. Set activities to FSR. Set type to billable PM and call. Go to injections.
Verify injections.
Tell me phase 1.
Phase 1 is syringe A, flow rate 10, volume 70.
Injections good.
Check.
Go to piston tips.
Piston tip test.
Show more detail. Continue.
Forward the piston until you can easily grasp the piston tip.
Set average pressure delivered side B to 180.
Pressure out of range. Measure test point 2. Pins 4 and 9.
Test point voltage is 2.5 volts.
Please replace servo CPU card.
Set part number to 34579.
Quantity.
2.
Part number 1 is 34579. Quantity 2.
Set average pressure delivered side B to 300.
Pressure good.
Continue.
With the piston tip facing upward and the
Piston tip's good.
Normal position. Check.
So I'll stop the demo there, and you saw a whole bunch of functionality fly by quickly. I'm going to just recap it for you. That the vAdmin function, very quick data capture. You saw a couple of forms of it, selecting a choice from a pull-down field, putting a part number in, no more ripping it off the box and shoving it in your pocket or scribbling it down on a piece of paper, trying to find it later, capturing the readings, right? The vAdmin, see it, say it, capture it directly into the back end. The supervisor module you saw take a couple different forms. One was what we just did in the piston test where I didn't know how to do it, and it was walking me through the process. It was drip feeding me these instructions. Any type of media can easily be inserted, pictures, video, graphs, charts, schematics, etc. And the troubleshooting module you also saw demonstrated where the system took over for brief periods. Right? I gave it a reading. It told me the reading was bad right away, instant feedback, that compliance with best practices. Then it directed me. In this case, it told me to measure something else and measure the voltage. It told me to replace the board then. So all of this very, very quick, seamless, frictionless flow of information between the technician and your systems and your enterprise systems and the technician. So if I shut this down, I'll give you a quick glimpse into the vNo. So this isn't super user-friendly today, but down the left-hand side of the screen, left-hand column, you see timestamps. And the right columns to the right are all the activities that just took place in our service event. So the event is fully documented. Right, the minute it's over, I push the last button, I turn the last screw, I close the cover of the machine, what have you, and you have an incredibly rich documentation that didn't take any time to capture. Art had already talked about that big challenge. How do you document what's going on in the field? Right? To capture this level of documentation today would take forever. Right? Simply wouldn't happen.